My name is Anastasia. I'm 20 years old. I'm studying in Faculty of Tourism. During last 2 years, I was a social activist in Belarusian Student Association, but now I'm kind of went out a bit. So now I'm just student. I'm just like interested in politics, and that's all.
That's good. And how is your quarantine going? How it is? Or maybe you don't have quarantine?
No, we don't. Like I'm trying to isolate. I'm sitting at home most of the time, and just few times a week I'm going out with my friend who is isolating too. And I like that I don't have classes in my university. It's kind of nice. I have all my exams online, and it's really pleasure to do what you want. Yeah.
But you have now classes online because of the situation, or why?
Yeah.
So, like, government is doing something to like
Um,
help this
it
situation.
kind of depends from every university. For example, few of my friends need to go to university to give all their paperworks many days by for a week. But I don't. I'm sitting at home chilling, and I like it.
Uh, that's cool. So I prepared also question because I read how it's the situation now, and so today it wasn't statistic about the Belarus yet. But like total is a number of this site World Matter, where
Yeah.
you can see the number of people who are sick, who is died, and other. So how do you think, is it true statistic about the Belarus? Because Belarus is now in 23, I think, number like in world list.
I actually don't believe the statistic, but I know that it depends on how you count. But anyway, we cannot trust our government about statistic anyway. In any case, in like any sphere of our lives. So I wasn't I convinced myself with yes, this statistic is not true when I knew that my classmate's mother died.
Hmm.
So she was a nurse in a private lab, and the first coronavirus test wasn't positive; it was negative. But her daughter has a test, and it was positive, and
Oh,
they are living together. And
yeah.
how it could be just simple pneumonia if
Hmm.
her daughter has coronavirus. Just I think that now if we can like see on a line number of people um, who are sick with this new cases, it's
Hmm.
increasing day by day, and I think uh, it's because we have president elections in 9th of August,
Uh,
just for people to feel safe to go to elections.
mhm. So I know that something the same now is happening in Russia because like they have also, yeah, so now it's like, oh, everything is over, so you can go outside and nothing happens. Yeah, but how it's like for you, is it scary? Or because you see like world news and you see that all the world is now like trying to do something with that problem, and like Belarus is not trying. How it is like.
I think that some people are trying to do something by themselves, not by government punishment or something like this. They are doing this for themselves, and I really like that young people, mostly young people, wearing masks in buildings, like in shops or something like
Mm.
this. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate uh, that people have this mind, okay, and that's cool. But I think that if government will do like emergency situation or something like this, people will be against because they need to earn money, they need to have their works, and our government is not able to give enough money for everyone if we'll have emergency situation. And I know that in some Belarusian cities they have like mask regime in transport, so you need to
Hmm.
wear mask when you are going into a bus or subway like this. But in
Hmm.
Minsk, we don't have something like this,
But
and
it
that,
depends only in like by cities, so it's not about all the
yes,
country.
no, it's just for a few cities.
Hmm. So it's so strange because like, but people still is trying to do something by themselves. I think it's very good and like it shows that people are worried about that situation. Also, I read that your president said that the virus doesn't exist and that you should, uh, and also that your president said that you can treat the virus with vodka and work in the field. Is it true? And if yes, what do you think about it?
Yes, he said this, and also he's a huge fan of ice hockey. He's playing sometimes, even he's old. So when he was on this ice palace, he was saying about virus is dying in like low temperatures. For example, in this ice hockey field. So
Hmm.
all need to play ice hockey, and it's so stupid. We have this stupid video. Maybe you can find it, but I know that my friend from Portugal, he sent me a screenshot. They showed this video on like government news, real news on TV. They showed our president when he's saying these stupid crazy things, and I was so ashamed that people see this, and I found this video in Spanish news and some Scandinavian news, maybe in Norwegian or Sweden. I don't remember actually. So it's stupid. I'm ashamed. It's very sad for me, but now I'm treating it like it's a meme, just meme, and that's all.
But I think I saw that video where it's like he's saying like, "Do you see the virus? I don't see it, so it doesn't exist." Something like that. Is it this video? Because I remember also he was in like hockey location.
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, so it was. So I saw the video also with your president, and he was saying that the virus doesn't exist. Like, do you see the virus? I don't, so it doesn't exist.
Yes, yes, it's about this video. So
Yeah,
fun now. For me, it's just fun. Sometimes it's sad, but mostly it's a joke for me. Stupid, stupid joke.
yeah, but it's so like strange because he's president. Like, how it's possible? And
Uh,
what's just yeah, what
he's a
he?
crazy man. He's saying these stupid things, not only about coronavirus, about all the things.
Yeah, but how like what is the people reaction about like because he don't believe in this and what does the people think about it?
I cannot say about all the people because I mostly like have communication with people from activist field, from like more opposition, like against
Okay,
our
yeah.
president. So mostly I see that everyone thinks that he's too old to be a president, that he's making bad decisions, he's saying bad words, and that's
Hmm.
all. They just ignore him and do what they can do: isolate, wearing masks, protect, like supporting nurses and doctors, and that's all.
Mm. And also I saw that Belarus, you don't close the borders, but what is now for you? Like, do you know maybe some countries are open for you, or maybe opposite? Because like now we're talking with friends and we are scary about you because we're like, oh no, it's so like bad situation, so we don't want to communicate with people from Belarus now because like we're really scary.
I'm trying um, not to follow this news about
Yeah.
opening because I convinced myself that I'm not going anywhere this year, and it was really hard to do for myself. And I'm afraid that if I see that, for example, Poland is already open for us, I will go. I will forget about virus. I will forget about everything and just go to see my friends, to see my like one of the most lovely countries for me. But I know if you're a student in Europe, you can go. If you're working in Poland, you can go, and that's all probably. I know that some countries like Greece and something else they are planning to open their borders, but I'm not sure, like right now.
So it's like allowed, but you should have the reason why you want to go to these countries.
Yes, yes, but
No, like universities. So.
I know this only for Poland. I don't know how about Lithuania
Hmm.
and other our Latvia and other our neighbors. I know that, for
Hmm.
example, if I'm not mistaken, one of my friend is studying in Moscow, and if I'm not mistaken, now she cannot go even to Moscow,
Oh,
and we don't
okay.
have actually border between Belarus and Russia.
Hmm. Okay, so we have first question from August. What about young people? What is the reaction of them against government talks?
Um, it's difficult because focus now is like moved from coronavirus to our president elections, and we have a lot of arrests of social activists, and it's so sad. And mostly young people are like looking for this arrest for future elections, not for coronavirus now, because it's more painful thing for us now. But before this stuff with elections, I think most of the people that I saw in masks in buildings, they were young people, not old.
Hmm. But how it's going? Like you said that you have university like studies in digital way, and is it like for all the universities, or it depends from universities? And
First,
what about schools also?
if I'm not mistaken about schools, it wasn't obligatory to visit classes in school. Like uh, when I visited my school, they told me that it's like 4 or 5 people in one lesson. And for you,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. Because, for example, me, I don't have classes, I don't have many paperwork that I need to finish to give. I have all my exams online, but for example, my friend from University of Culture, like this, uh, after a few days she needs to go to exam,
Mm-hmm.
actually to university building, because her professor is too old. He don't want to even try to use.
Really?
Yes, because it's a huge problem of our education that we have old professors, and it's just difficult for them to use this digital stuff.
Mm-hmm. So it's more depends on how the teacher wants.
Yeah, teacher or administration of university, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so strange, but
Yeah,
okay.
and the most strange thing that I have a friend from, like, okay, I don't know how to translate it, like university for IT sphere, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they must be really digital, yeah, but
Yeah, of course.
to go to pass all the like paperwork in the university, actually they need to go for classes needed at least, and all their exams, as I know, will be offline, not online.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but But okay, I hope that it will not, something will not happen with their lives during that
Yeah.
reasons. And also we have question from Zura. What is the position of government about the second wave of corona?
Uh, I'm not sure. I never heard about it, like about the second wave, because mostly our government now, as I know, they're talking about elections, not about coronavirus. So focus is moved. That's all.
Okay, so now it's not popular
Yeah.
topic in Belarus. Okay. And so what also I prepared. Um, and yes, what about the cafes, bars, cinemas, like these things, like local places? They were open. They are open now.
As I know, actually, I'm mostly sitting in my districts. I'm living like in the outskirts. I'm living far away from city center. And as I know, most of our cafes and restaurants are working. Uh, Few cinemas are still working. They opened how it's called, like cinema for auto with cars, like.
Okay, outdoors. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
as I know, it's really pleasure that few restaurants closed for visitors, but they are preparing food for doctors, and it's nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yes, and it's cool. I've heard that a lot of people donating for some initiatives about masks for doctors, about food for doctors, about uh, flats, about taxi for doctors, and it's so cool and so inspiring. And even against our government, and our government doing nothing, our people are getting closer and doing something. It's really inspiring.
So hello, Donat. And we're talking about the Belarus, and maybe you have also questions, some because Donat was like few days ago in Belarus, how it's correctly spelled, how to spell it correctly in English.
Belarus.
Belarus. Okay, so maybe Donat, you want to ask something, or you can text something about how it was, like your experience, if you understand me, of course. Um So, yeah, but that's so cool that people like trying to help, and so you have this like social activist who is
Yeah.
trying to make some things, yeah. And maybe you also like some did something, or maybe are you doing something now to help, or it's not so interesting for you.
I'm not like it's difficult for me to help with money because I'm a poor student. I even don't have a scholarship, so I'm not working now, and for me it's now really difficult to find a job because tourism is dead, and I no. So I cannot help with money, and I cannot help with anything. I think so. The only one that I can do, I do. I'm isolating, kind of isolating, and that's all.
Okay. And how do you think like when will be the over of this situation in Belarus and in the world?
I cannot say about the end, but I think that after like few months or maybe half of the year, um, people will, people's attitude will change, and we will be more calm about it. Like we will treat it like usual thing, like not something normal, and we will live
Mhm.
our normal lives, I think.
I hope so. And man, but like for you, it was so. It wasn't like the same like quarantine time. You just have like the different. It was for you just that you have had digital studies. Yes. And what about your work? Did you work
Uh,
or how it was?
Now I need to charge my phone. So
Okay.
how can I do it? Okay. I didn't work this time because, as I said, tourism is dead. So the only thing is changed for me is that I cannot, for example, go outside with my friends because I know that they are not self-isolating. So I'm just afraid to hang out with
Mm-hmm.
them, and it's really sad because I really want to go. I really want to, for example, we wanted to have a camp outside in a village with my friends, but I cannot. Just I don't feel so secure in this
Mm-hmm.
situation, and that's all. And it's really sometimes sad, but I like sitting at home. I started to read more, to like doing exercises at home, and started to learn Georgian language. So
Oh, really, Georgian?
yeah, I like it.
Wow. Wow, that's cool. And and how it's like, what is the level of your Georgian now?
I know probably like 20 letters and I can a bit read, but I don't know a lot of words in Georgian.
Okay. And
Only
why Georgian?
uh,
Why Georgian?
I like Georgia. I like Georgian cuisine, Georgian culture, Georgian nature. I just adore this country, adore these people, and I really would like to communicate with them in their own language.
Oh, that's so cool. I also like Georgia, but I don't think that I want to learn Georgian now. But yes, that's so cool. And for me, like their letters, it looks like some flowers or
Oh,
something.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, so after the not like quarantine, but all the situation will be end, you will go to Georgia to practice your English or Georgian.
I would like to. I really would like to. I miss Georgia, and
Hmm.
yes, but
Oh,
it's
that's so sweet. But maybe how you started, like it is like course, so it's like some YouTube video, like how do you learn it?
I found a school, Azrimi, if I'm not mistaken, and they have 2 free weeks with free lessons, and then maybe I will find a job actually
Yeah.
finally in Minsk, and I will earn money and pay for courses, or just finish it by myself by YouTube videos or something like this.
Mm-hmm. So cool, cool. And maybe like for you, maybe you also opened something during that time about maybe also like the situation in the Belarus or maybe in the war. Maybe you notice something from people or like have you opened something during that time of
Uh,
global sitting home?
I open that I never liked to communicate in like online.
Yeah.
I prefer to meet offline, but now it's impossible. And I understood that it's not so difficult to do, and it's nice to have like first theme to talk about, and then
Yeah.
like continue your dialogue after questions about how are you doing with COVID-19 and that.
Yeah, and maybe you had some Zoom parties or something like that,
I
like
had
with friends.
I had only Mafia with 3D friends. Thank you for
Uh, yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, oh, that's cool because we also we because for us we just opened the organization and we understand that it's also cool. Like we have a lot of opportunities to do it online. So maybe it's not so common, and we want to communicate also in real life. But it's also cool. Like you can every time you can find something new, you open something new. Like
yeah.
that.
I think that you're doing this, and you're doing this not only for your friends or for your like members of your organization. You're doing this for everyone, and it's so cool and so nice and so really inspiring. You are so cool. Mm.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, and maybe like you can suggest something for people. Maybe you want to suggest some courses or like music fields, what to do like for people, because now in Latvia it's like normal situation now. Okay, we have some rules yet, but it's like we can go to party, we can go to meet our friends, like sitting four people in one table. But I know that other countries are still in this situation, so maybe you can suggest them what they can do during sitting home.
Um, I can suggest only one thing that I opened again, like reopened this year. It's Nike Training Club. I really like this app. I really like to have this how it's exercises that I can do that I can still feel like I'm sporty, I'm cool, and what else? Um, I watched. No, I
But
just
in
watched
the
English and reading books, but it's not so unusual, and I don't think that I can advise something else.
But in this app, it's like for like running, for exercise, like home or outside, how it works.
They have Nike Running Club if you want to run outside, yes, and Nike Training Club is just with. You can do it in your own apartment. You can choose mode with. Hi, Yura. You can choose without like gym or without any sport equipment, just with your body, and that's all. Even yoga.
Uh, we have question from Yura. What is the language? So it's English, это английский язык. Yeah. So yeah. Uh, yeah, that's cool. I also have this app, but I didn't use it. I don't know why, because I'm lazy to start doing something. Yeah, but I will. How it's? Oh, okay. So Yuri, if you have some questions, you can ask more, or maybe. Okay, so how it's like you can learn English in your school? Or how you can learn English, because I don't know about the. In Latvia, we can learn English in school and after some courses, university, but how it's in Belarus, if we
Oh,
have this question.
Yura, get out. Um, yes, we have English in schools. We have English. Just me. I have a lot of English in university as I'm studying tourism, and yes, courses and other stuff. It's the same. And what can you actually advise, like apps, movies, films?
Me, uh, so apps, I have one, I was trying many apps like last I don't know 3 weeks. I don't know why. For me, it was so interesting. So my favorite now it's one Swear. It's like sport app, but I tried it only for 7 days because it's 7 days free, and after you should pay 20 euro for 1 month. So I decided that I don't want to pay. But during this 7 days. They have like exercise for each day, and also they have menu, and you can choose your vegan, vegetarian, like other, and also they have like also you can choose what you want to train, like you want to like stretching, I don't know, or cardio. I like you can choose what you want. And also one more, it's Shine Up. It's more like mindfulness app, and they also cool. They have like question for the day, and also they have like some they writing like some topics for the day, and you can read and maybe learn something for yourself or just to learn something. So yes, now it's to my favorite about the apps. And also we have now a question from Veronica. What will happen if Lukashenko will be president again?
Please stop it. Please. Please. I think it's gonna be a bit mess outside. Not revolution, but people will go out and say that they are against. I hope. That's all. I don't know. I hope that it will never happen again.
Uh, so and okay, because I'm not so like good in this political topic, so I will
Yeah.
not continue it. Yeah. So Veronica, I hope you get your question answer for your question. Yeah, and maybe also, have you missed something? Like you already said about the traveling and maybe something else? What
Uh,
it's like?
Mostly traveling because I really wanted to visit, for example, Stopa in Poland and other my friends who are living out of this country. Um, Now I can do this. Also, I don't think that it's so difficult to live for me because I'm living almost my usual life, and I miss sitting in bars with my friends. That's
Yeah,
all I really miss. Yeah.
yeah, I understand you. But like how I said, we can do it already. But yeah, it's so like as I know, it was only two countries, you and Sweden, who wasn't like who don't believe in the virus.
Yeah.
But that's good that yes, you're alive and you're doing something and like people are helping. So yeah, and maybe you can wish to our followers, to people who are watching us, to your friends.
Uh-huh. Um, I wish to everyone to stay healthy, to like don't have sad mood because you are trying to isolate, and just enjoy your time with yourself or outside if you are still going outside and isolate. Yes, and just let's hope together that we can meet each other after some time, that it will be safe and we will have fun again. Yep.
Yeah, I also hope so. So, like, if everyone wants to ask something, you can ask it now. So, yes, and Nastya will try to answer. Uh, yeah, if not, I don't know. I don't have more questions now because, like, what was interesting for me, I asked you, and yeah, it was interesting. And thank you that you agreed to join this and talking. So, what will be the first country to visit after quarantine?
Poland.
Poland?
There, yeah.
So you will have like Euro trip, but in Poland, like
uh,
Euro Poland trip.
Poland trip, yes, maximum.
Which
Maybe
cities? Which
what?
cities do you want to visit in Poland?
Uh, Mostly Warsaw because I want to visit Stepan, and I really would like to go to Baltic Sea to see it, and maybe later go to Lithuania, Latvia, these Baltic countries. Yep.
So you are
For
welcome.
I hope Yura.
Okay. So we have very active follower, Yura, who is writing all the time comments. So you have like prize for very what's upstairs. Very funny joke, Yura. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you a lot that you shared.
Thank you that you invited me.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know, we don't have any new questions. Maybe we can end. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, thank you a lot. It was interesting for me also. Yes, I understand and I get to know some new things. Yeah, and also during this talk, I understand that it's not so bad situation. Because, okay, I understand like by government and how we have it from the SME that it's so terrible and like that. But I understand that people they have brain and they trying to do something and they don't believe just what president is saying and what is government saying. So I'm really happy that like people is trying to do something and that you have like these activists and who helps people, who help nurses and other people with food and other stuff. So it's really so nice and yeah,
yeah.
that's so cool.
I
Yeah,
hope
okay. Yeah.
after some time you will visit us and see by your own eyes that everything is nice.
Yeah, I also hope so. So yeah, thank you a lot. Yeah, and hope to see you after some time, not now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bye.
thank you. Bye.